Hey y'all, so let me tell you, you are gonna love this. I was speaking to Lacey Brooke. I had spoken to her before, but this time we talked about, the hair care industry or, beauticians and how they go out here and they have these, really great careers in hairstyling and all of that, but they don't think about what that means for them in the future, like how to add AI and how to, um, think of their retirement and how to save for retirement, like all of those great things. This was such a good conversation. I think you are going to really, really enjoy this. It's going to make you think. It's going to make you really kind of shift the way you've been seeing things, because as you probably know, and most of you who maybe are listening feel the same way, that there is not enough money for retirement, not with all of this stuff going on with the industry out here. I mean, I also am in financial services, and I started to get in financial services because of that, because I need to help as many women as possible. So me and Brooke get into that conversation. I think you're going to absolutely love it. So I'm going to shut up now so you can watch it. Let's go. What's up, y'all? This is Nina Perez, and this is Straight Talk, no sugar added. And you guys know I go around this freaking amazing planet of ours finding the best humans I can find. Now, I found another human again, okay, because she is thebomb.com, and we got Lacey Brooke here with us, all right? She's a true trailblazer when it comes to beauty and the wellness industry. Now, she has over 20 years of entrepreneurial experience. Lacey's journey doesn't stop at the salon chair, y'all, okay? She's the co-founder of The Beauty Concierge. She's a celebrated public speaker and a published author, okay? May she take a bow, okay? Her insights into entrepreneurship, beauty, and personal finance have made her the sought-after speaker at conferences and events nationwide. Now, beyond her professional achievements, Lacey is a dedicated financial educator, and you know we love talking about that stuff around here. She's empowering individuals to take control of their financial futures and achieve their true independence. Now, I cannot wait to speak with you, Lacey, because I loved you the last time you was here. Now you coming up in here with some more stuff, okay? So how are you doing, Lacey?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much for having me on again. I'm so excited to be here. It's a new year and it's a new me, Nina.
Go ahead, Lacey. Let them know. Let them know. So, Lacey, why don't we start there? Let's start talking about who are you. Let's go there. So who are you, Lacey? Who are you? What's up?
I am a child of the King. God is the King of my life. I'm a wife. I am a mom. I am a beauty veteran. I would almost say a beauty guru. I'm a licensed cosmetologist and esthetician. I have worked in just about every aspect of the beauty industry. And I also have dabbled in affiliate marketing. I'm an author. I wrote a book last year. It was published in September. I was invited to co-write this book.
Nice.
As a contributing author. And I did that, and it really sparked some interest in wanting to move forward. And my business partner and I founded a new brand this year. So I've been very busy building a new brand called Beauty Concierge. And we really, both of us have been in the industry for 23 years.
That's so
and
good.
We really noticed a lot of gaps in our industry and a lot of needs. And we wanted to fill those needs. So we have co-authored a new book that's coming out very soon. I don't have an exact date yet. It's in editing as we speak. The book is titled Secrets of a Six-Figure Stylist.
Nice.
And we have combined all of our expertise from the last 23 years of what has made us successful in the industry, behind the chair and beyond. As beauty professionals, we have a lot of sides to us. Like, we have to build our clientele. We have to manage it. We run a business, and the majority of the beauty industry is running their own business now, but they weren't trained to run a business. They were trained to cut and color hair and sew an extension, right? So we go over all of the things: goal setting, mindset.
Yeah.
We go over recharging batteries. I mean, like, at the end of the day, I don't know a single stylist who doesn't sit in their car or in their parking lot or in their driveway, just trying to recharge So we tackled that, and we actually both became licensed financial educators. And I have a education background. I've been a platform artist for a leading hair color company for 13 years. And I really felt the need to educate in another aspect because our industry, I taught hairstylists how to make money behind the chair. But so many don't know how to prepare for retirement. So they're not
Right.
saving the money, they're not planning for the future, they don't have exit strategies.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so we really felt a need for providing some exit strategies and some financial education to teach the field that we love so much what we
Yes.
can.
I love that so much, Lacey. I love that so much because, hairstylists, I'm a chef by trade, right? So I've been an executive chef for many, many years. And it's the same thing in my field as well, right? Like we work hard. We're on our feet all day. We're doing all this amazing events and all this other stuff. And like yourself, right? On your feet all day, doing all of the client after client after client, if you even get a second to eat, right? And so, and then when we are ready to retire or are tired or are older or don't want to be behind the chair or in my case behind the stove or the kitchen, right? You're right. There isn't education on when it comes to finances or you being the key person of that business or the fact that you are more a solopreneur than you are a business owner, right? Because none of that stuff is explained. And so you go from this mentality of an employee to then you want to start your own thing because you're tired of working for someone. So then you become a solopreneur or, self-employed and you think you're a business owner, but you're not. Because if you pass away or something happens, the business dies with you. Right. So it isn't until you cross over to the other quadrant, I think it was in Rich Dad, Poor Dad that he talked about the 4 quadrants, right? It
Cash
isn't.
flow quadrant.
What's that?
It wasn't a cash flow quadrant, right?
Right. Exactly. And then when you get to, now when you start having employees and your business can run without you, that's when you're a business owner. But Lacey, I know hairdressers too. I have a few of them who are friends and they struggle with this, right? This is something that I love that you're adding this to your business because that's what I'm adding to. And I think it's important that we talk about that, Lacey, about how you're helping them with mindset. That is very true. And also setting them up with reality of things. It's not even just mindset, like this has to happen, and it's just stuff that we don't talk about. So I love that you're doing that and that you're taking all of the years of expertise that you've had to do this. So are you doing this through a coaching program? Like you have a coaching program where you're helping people with this?
So we're going to
be,
that's going to be launching. So our book is going to be published and launched, and we're actually building a course right now with coaching coming.
Great.
So that's in the very near future.
Yeah, that's great.
Able to coach people on this. I mean, listen, stylists walk in, they got their Starbucks, they got their $400, handbag, and we all look like $1 million. But the reality is, it takes more than $1 million.
Yeah.
In our retirement account to be able to retire. And I have had countless beauty professionals reach out to me over the last 6 months, which was one of the reasons why I felt pulled to do this, because I have had countless hairstylists reach out to me. They're in their 50s and 60s and above who don't have a dollar saved for retirement. Their bodies are giving out and they physically can't do it anymore. And so they're looking for other ways to make money online. We are also providing as well.
Yeah. And Lacey, another thing, you talked about, how we're not told about all the steps that have to happen, right? To make this happen in our lives, whether it's starting that business, getting those clients, having a successful, opening up a salon, whatever that is, right? We also aren't told that, Lacey, in coaching either. And that's why when I started my coaching business, I didn't realize how many pieces were missing. Like how many pieces, right? The funnel, the sales, all of those pieces that were missing that no one tells you about. And then you're sitting there like, wait a minute, but I've gotten all the certifications. I've gotten the education. I've gotten this and that, but I'm still sitting here with no clients or, what's happening? What am I doing here? And that's when I had to end up hiring a whole team to do all the automation, funnel and marketing to help my clients because I didn't realize now I do. Of course, I've been in the game for a little bit, but in the beginning, I didn't realize that. And one of the things that you're probably experiencing too is how that education is not dripping down to your clients, right? Like the people that are going to be coming to you for your coaching, or the people that are coming to you for the educational piece and the wealth piece, right? It's really kind of shocking how we aren't educated in that, how we don't know.
Yeah, the game has changed.
The game has changed.
Has drastically changed.
Yeah.
And with AI, I mean, I was listening to a financial program earlier today talking about AI, and its projected growth is like, I don't know, crazy. By 2030, it's in the trillions.
It's like insane.
AI is not going anywhere. And we really need to be using it for our advantage. You know, a lot of people are scared of it. And hairdressers, I feel like, especially, like, we're hands-on people. We're people, but we're not techie. A lot of us aren't techie. And so we shy away from that kind of stuff. But then there's hairstylists out there with empty chairs, and they don't know how to get more business.
Right.
So we have to learn how to market ourselves now differently. There's a better way. There's a smarter way, where we don't have to work so hard for it. But we have to be open and willing to learn it.
Yeah, so let's break that down a little bit, Lacey, just so that they, you know, for those who are listening can kind of understand what you're talking about, because I couldn't agree with you more, right? I mean, AI is not going anywhere. And first of all, AI has been around forever. We've been using it forever on your phones. You've been using it with your TVs, with your Alexas. You've been using AI for years. We're just a little bit afraid because now it's really out there. Like now it's where we can actually, you know, ChatGPT, you have Perplexity, you have all these different things, right? And now, but you have to think, you know, the way people are thinking about AI, I think is very small compared to what AI can actually do. So I want to talk to you about that, right? So if somebody's listening to you right now, and there's about 100,000 of them probably listening right now. So as they're listening, I want you to talk to that person, right? To that person who's like, maybe in the beauty industry as yourself, but maybe they're just entrepreneurs and they just need to know what's up, right? Because we're all in the same kind of boat, rowing the same thing. We just have different expertise and experience and giftings. But if all of us want to do entrepreneurship, it's pretty much the same game. It is something you got to work at, right?
You have to market yourself.
Yeah, you have to market yourself. So how are you giving them advice or showing them about marketing themselves and what they have to do to leverage themselves out here in this very noisy space?
It's very noisy. So there are companies that you can hire, and I've done that. I used a social media management company for years. I've used them. I'm trying to think. I think I started in 2020 or 2021 using a social media management company. Being in the beauty industry, technology, I didn't like it. I didn't like having to be online all the time. And if you're behind the chair and your hands are full of hair color or shampoo, you can't physically be on your phone. And so that was, I started to outsource as much as I could.
Yeah.
And so I actually use Birch Branding. They're amazing. They help people nail down their brand. And I'm telling you, these people could they would put out a reel or a post, and I would be like, I would text her or call her and say, how did you do this? This was like, literally, you were in my mind. So it's attraction marketing. So I started with that. And you can hire people to build funnels for you, or you can learn how to do them yourself. I have my business partner, she hired a company to build out funnels for her to send clients to her chair. Over the last year, I personally have been using a lead generation software tool on my social media, and it helps me generate leads. In fact, if you go to my Instagram @LaceyBrook and you send me a DM, you will be chatting with my my personal AGI assistant. Lulu.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love that.
Lulu's job is to book appointments with me. And so she will conversate with you and discuss with you what you need. And then I will pick up the conversation. So it's not like I'm totally absent from it, but it frees up my time.
Yeah.
And the same for Messenger or commenting, things like that, just boosting engagement and your algorithm, scheduling posts, all of it. It's just, you can't just go put out your card somewhere and ask for a referral anymore. It just does not work like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are just
so good.
Instead,
No,
I have it all set up on automation to where, like I said, you send a message to my DMs, it messages you back.
yeah, I love that.
I can
love that.
comment, I can auto comment.
Mm-hmm.
If I set up something on my stories, I can set up my software to send them what they're asking for. So if I like ask a question, if they're wanting information, it will automatically send them things like that.
You know what I love though is that you made it very clear that you can't do this alone. That's what you're saying. That's literally what you're saying. You can't do this alone. And I think that one of the things that I've been bumping up against when I have these women that come to my program is that they are burnt out. They're tired. They're burnt out. And that's because they've been trying to do it all alone. I keep saying to them, well, who did you hire to help you with this? Oh, I haven't. Well, who did you hire with? Well, no, I didn't do that. I said, see, this is the thing though. It's good to know it all. Don't get me wrong. In the beginning, it's good to know, how do you post? How do you do, social media? How do you do a funnel? If you want to learn that stuff, it's good. It's good because then but you should never do this journey alone. And this is why, I'm glad we're talking, because I think that people who are listening, especially those who are in this beauty industry and really need that help, like, I don't know how to really navigate this or make this happen, needs to listen up to what you're saying, because you're actually telling them you're not alone. I have a program. I have a book. Like, we're really going to get this going for you, because most people are too, caught up in like doing everything by themselves or being the pro or professional or being perfect, that they are not out there. Like, just take a chance. Take a chance. And things is not as expensive as we think they are. Some of them are, right? But it depends on how far how much you want to spend. I mean, if you're a Tony Robbins, of course you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing because he has it, but when you don't have it, there's really good companies out there that, you can still work with and not have to put so much out there. I have my own executive VA and I have another marketing person that does all of my social media because I don't have time. Who has time? I don't have time.
Well, and we really should be spending our time doing the things that we love and the things that we're good at. We don't have to be the best at everything. And I'll tell you, I am not a techie person. Like, I talk about like setting all this up. I had help setting it up. Right. So the company that I use, they actually walked me through how to do it and how to do everything step by step. They make it so simple because not everybody is technologically inclined.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So let's play with like mowing the grass. Why aren't we outsourcing that? Why am I doing that when I could be doing, hair extensions on somebody and making, $1,000,
right?
Whatever, or I could pay some, but $50 and work an extra hour or two.
Right, exactly. And I think that that's where our mentality needs to shift, right? Because remember, Lacey, a lot of people who get into like solopreneurship or anything have come from an employee mindset. Right? Like, you even talked about mindset. And that is actually so freaking true. So freaking true. Because we get stuck in this employee mindset to the point where even when we're having our own businesses, we're still employees. We're still acting like employees, doing the same jobs we did for the employer, but now we're doing it for ourselves without realizing you should be outsourcing. You should be thinking bigger. And you also should be thinking about now going into what you were talking about, which is wealth building. Right? So tell me why you're adding that component into your business.
I would love to. I feel like right now we're having a retirement crisis in our nation. There's a retirement crisis. 1 in 3 people has like $0 saved for retirement. That's not okay. It is not okay.
It's not okay.
I felt like there was just such a need to educate. And even a lot of the stylists that I know and talk to, they have some sort of plan, but they don't know what it is. They don't know how much they're going to have at what age. They don't know how much, they need to contribute to that to get to where they want to go. That's really why. And again, I had so many people reaching out to me because they are not prepared and they wish they would have. And so I'm just trying to make a difference in our industry.
Yeah, that's so good, Lacey. I'm doing the same in a different angle, right? But I'm doing the same thing because what I've realized is most of the people that I'm speaking to that have retired after like 2-3 years are going back. And like me, my husband, and we all went out for breakfast. And this much, much older gentleman was serving us. You can see he's in pain. You can see, he was kind of crunched over a little bit. So you could tell he's in a lot of pain. He's probably been on his feet the whole day. The place was packed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, this is not fair. This is not fair. Like, his name was Jack. And I'm like, this is not fair for Jack. You know what I'm saying? Like, we leave a large, ginormous tip. We need to do something, because this is not fair. And it's because, you know what? Me and you also, Lacey, we're getting older. And if we don't get our shiznick together, we're in trouble too. Right? Yep. And most people think, oh, I got a great 401k with a couple of $1,000s and I'm good. No, you're not. Because if you think about it, if you're making $80,000 a year, and let's just say you have $200,000 saved, that's maybe 2 to 3 years you'll have. Because if you're living off of $80,000 a year right now, when you retire, guess what? $80,000 a year is what you've been living on. That's what you're going to spend. And so 2 to 3 years from now, you are back where you started. Say again?
And they're going to be spending more than that, because nothing gets less expensive. Everything gets more
expensive. Everything gets more expensive. Exactly. I love that you're doing that, right? Adding that little component, and not little, that big piece into their lives is going to help them tremendously, because then they can think about, okay, this is how many customers I need to start putting this away every month to make sure that I take care of myself moving forward, right? Isn't that powerful?
Yeah, we can break it. And what I like to do is help people break it down into goals, annual goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. So, every day what you got to do,
that's so good.
A couple of years ago, I was teaching a class in Little Rock, Arkansas, and there was a 95-year-old in there doing hair. It was behind the chair. And in fact, she didn't attend the entire class because she had a haircut or two in between.
Wow.
While I was there. And I know that the salon is her family, and it was also very inspiring because she does love her craft. But in a way, I'm thinking she probably needs the work.
Yeah.
And I know at my age how I feel after a day in the salon.
Right.
And I can't imagine how her body must feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think that's what's, so important about people understanding why you're getting into financial services, why I want to get into financial services, and I'm on my way there too, is because I also don't have a lot of money saved up for my retirement either, right? And I realized I'm getting older. I'm 52. My husband's going to be 60. So we're at that place right now. We're like, wait a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't anybody tell us about this 10, 15 years ago? Now we're going to have to rush and do this and make sure we do this now. You know what I mean? So I love that you're adding that. Mm-hmm.
I have 2 uncles that are financial advisors. Mm-hmm. And my siblings started planning for their retirement right out of high school.
That's awesome.
And I got married right out of high school. I had a husband that did not want me to invest in my retirement. He thought that his 401k was going to support both of us, which I knew was not, going to work. But to avoid arguments, I just didn't do it. I was also in my early 20s and focused on, building my business and all of these things, opening my salon. And so I didn't start investing into my retirement until I was probably 27 or 28. And that, 7, 8, 10 years makes a huge, huge difference.
It's a huge difference, for real.
So I know how important it is for that. But on the flip side of that, being in the beauty industry, Nina, I have moved to 4 different states in the last 7, 8 years. And when you're in the beauty industry, you don't make the same money if you don't have clients.
Yeah.
And so when we moved to Louisiana this last year, I was, considering going and working in a salon full time, because now that we're here, we're not moving. And I knew we really weren't going to be, I didn't want to be building and then leaving my clientele and building it for nothing, basically. And so I just thought about it and thought, okay, I'm 43 years old. I can go back and build a hair clientele and start over from scratch. It hurts a little to do that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
With my experience level and expertise, I didn't really want to go work for fairly minimum wage to start out with. Wasn't willing to do that. and leave my daughter, especially like, I have a daughter who's about to turn 8. She's at home over the summers and over breaks. And I'm 43 years old, and I'm going to need to work for a while because I didn't plan enough for retirement. I had my daughter in my mid-30s, and I wasn't working as much. As a working mom, I've always worked, but I wasn't able to put away and I think a lot of working moms are in that same boat.
Yeah.
Because we've had to, I won't say had to, we've been blessed to be able to care for our children and have children, but it affects our careers.
Yeah.
It affects our finances. And so I did decide to build a new career in moving here, one that I feel like will be more kind to my body as I'm aging, that I could do for a long time, no matter where we're at. If my daughter's at school or sick or home for summer break like she is right now. And I feel very blessed to be able to do that, because I'm like, well, if I'm starting out from scratch, I have the ability to start over and make a difference in my industry. And to be honest, make a lot more money.
Yeah.
The income is uncapped.
Yeah.
And I'm capped to how many clients I can take. Or if I would decide to open a salon, that does change it. But I've done that, and I'm not looking to do that at this stage in my life.
Right. No, that's absolutely true and amazing, right? So, if somebody's listening to you right now, Lacey, and they're like, am I too old? I've been in the game for a while, right? Like you talked about the 95-year-old woman that was still working. And maybe some of it's because she loved her craft, and some of it's probably because she had to pay some bills, right? Because at the end of the day, everything has gotten so expensive that it is very difficult for a lot of families right now, right? So, Lacey.
People were already working 2 jobs. Now they're needing 3
exactly.
jobs.
Listen, yes, girl, yes. So if somebody's listening right now and they're like feeling like maybe they're too old or something, what would you say to that person who's listening right now and is listening to what you're saying and is feeling a little bit discouraged? What can you say to them?
Too old for what?
To save for their retirement. Or you're just saying too old for what? Yeah.
Yeah, too old for what? Like, too old for what? Age is a number.
Right.
It's never too late. It's never too early, and it's never too late to start planning for your retirement. In fact, if you're listening and you have young children, start an account now for them while they're young.
Yep.
And set them up so that they don't go through what you're going through now, and you can do that for a very reasonable rate. Yep. And if you're thinking you're too old and you're already needing to retire because your body hurts, I would tell them, why don't you get in my DMs and let's have a conversation, because maybe this could be a career change for you. If you're at home, you can, do a business like this.
Yeah. That's so good. Lacey, I don't want to let you go though before we find out how people can get in contact with you, right? Because you're telling them to slide into your DMs. Let's make sure we got the right DMs. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So Lacey, give us your DMs and all that stuff for people to contact you.
Yes. On Instagram, you can find me at Lacey Brooke, LACEYBROOCKE. On Facebook, you can find me at Lacey Brooke.
Simple. See? Simple, y'all. Simple. I love this, Lacey. I really, really do. I mean, I love that you are, coming out with your new book and, a way of educating people so that you don't leave anybody behind, especially in your industry. And I think that's a beautiful thing when we can take the things that we've been through in our lives and then use that to really help and inspire other people. To me, that's gold, right? That is just freaking gold when we can stand up for people. And I mean, you started off by saying that you're a daughter of the king, and girl, you are doing your thing. Okay. Yes. I am very, very proud of you for doing that. And I'm really excited for what you're doing to help other people. Thank you for coming on to Straight Talk, and thank you for dropping all those gold nuggets. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lacey. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, make sure that you follow Lacey. I'm going to link her information below. I know she spelled her name really fast, but it's LACEYBROOCKE. Okay, make sure that you guys follow her. Go ahead and DM her if you are really curious about what she's talking about with retirement and your finances and all that great stuff. And also the fact that she is coming out with her new book. I want you to support her in that. But go ahead and also, she dropped a couple of nuggets there on how she hired like social media management companies and all that stuff. So why don't you guys take a look at what that looks like? What does that mean? Right? Because when you take a look and you go, oh, okay, I think I can have someone do this for me, then at least you can get out of your own head with thinking that you can't do it or you're not techie enough or you listen, it's time to get over that. You're going to have to break through that mindset because this day right now, this is the way you win. You have to win by moving forward. You cannot stay stuck. All right, guys, I love you so much. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. I want to thank you all. I think we're over 100,000 downloads. You guys are killing it. And I really, really appreciate you. Thank you guys for being here. This is Straight Talk, no sugar added. Until next time.